Before I became a Jesuit, I was a captain in the U.S. Army. I entered right after college. I went to Fordham University and did ROTC there. Served 4 years with a deployment to Iraq that was a year long, and then I started working for Anheuser-Busch in logistics and distribution.
Before I was a Jesuit, I did 2 years of the Jesuit Volunteer Corps. And in my first year, I was working with people coming out of prison in Nashville, Tennessee.
Before I was a Jesuit, I was teaching in Mississippi at a Catholic school, a small diocesan school near Jackson, Mississippi.
So right now I'm finishing my second year of what we call First Studies. First Studies is essentially a time when we study philosophy or get other degrees.
I think what the purpose of philosophy studies is to get us ready to dialogue with the world.
My week is pretty much the same as most grad students' week. So I will go to class during the week, so I go to class a couple days of the week, and the rest of the week I'm spending writing and doing research. Where my week diverges as a Jesuit is I also spend time in ministry. So Sunday, basically all of Sunday morning, I'm working with my catechism class and being at Mass.
Community life for me has got to be the biggest grace of Jesuit life.
I find great joy in community. My best friends are other members of the society, and they're a good group of guys. And there are annoying things about community. You know, someone finishes the last cup of coffee, but you just make a new pot and it's fine. But community is a great joy.
Community life is probably the most important facet of my time here at Bellarmine. Every day at 5:15 we have Mass together, followed by a socializing hour, followed by a time to share a meal together. This time is the foundation of my community life here.
We put emphasis on our day to being together and celebrating the Eucharist together. But we also do ordinary things as well. Community life means that we have to shop for each other. We have to go to the grocery store. We have to clean up our dishes, and we have to cook for each other. All of the things that you would think that a family does.
When I think of challenges within Jesuit life, I think community can be hard. I think obedience can be hard. The obedience is what Ignatius thought was the hallmark of a good Jesuit. I think as a millennial American, to be able to say, no, I surrender my will for something, for the benefit of the church and the society, that's a tough thing. But in the end, I think it's a really good thing.
You know, a lot of people ask me, what's one of the harder parts of being a Jesuit, and they're kind of baiting me to say that it's celibacy and chastity. And the truth is, I did quite frankly love dating and having relationships, and seeing all my friends getting married these days brings up a lot of those feelings of what could I have done? Were those viable options? Of course they were. But can I deny the great joy that the Society of Jesus has given me by accepting me as a member? The life that I get to live here has brought me such joy that I never really could have believed it had I not just given it a try.
I found a life that is fulfilling, and I think I can genuinely say that I want to dedicate the rest of my life to what I'm doing.
You know, to be a Jesuit, I had a couple other careers before I joined the society, and while I enjoyed those careers and I enjoyed those places, I love being a Jesuit. And there's a sense of happiness, which I don't think is that common today, to really find your vocation, to do what it is you're meant to do. And so living in community with a bunch of other men who have found that calling is a real gift. And just to see that happiness which flows from Christ. And that's something I cherish and love about being a Jesuit.
My name is James Antonio, and I'm a Jesuit.
My name is Michael Moore, and I'm a Jesuit.
My name is Sean Haggerty, and I am a Jesuit.
And leaving the ends of the bread in the bread box is kind of annoying.
I love that. That's good. Something real quick, just to break.
I also drink absurd amounts of coffee.
To learn how to serve God's people as best he can. I got a little nervous, I'm sorry. I got so nervous.